Well, good morning. It's Friday finally, and we are on day 4 of 4 First Alert weather days. So home stretch here, but we're not done yet. Don't want to ease up on being careful out there and getting those sidewalks cleared, as Kellen was out showing us. It's pretty tough out there this morning with the cold. We still have some snow adding to the mix here in our view right now at Dakota Magic Casino down in the southern end of the valley. You can see we're still dealing with snow kind of falling sideways here, but also that wind, of course, blowing that snow around. So conditions are not going to be tough or not going to be easy for travel. They're going to be tough. We're looking at, of course, a lot of road closures that we've been talking about all morning, and no travel advised for a lot of areas, and that's probably going to last for a while today. So we've got you those red lights here for your travel planner because we're looking at conditions that will remain more on the hazardous side with blowing snow, with ongoing falling snow, a lot of drifts that are going to take some time to get cleared out here. And then by later tonight, the wind does start to ease up a little bit. We see the snow starting to taper off, but doesn't mean it'll be free and clear either. Here's a look at one of our DOT cams. I've been keeping an eye on this one. This one is along Highway 10, Lake Park, one of our roads that tends to have a little trouble with those northerly winds and the drifting snow. And you can see on the road surface here a little bit of that snow drifting onto it. So there are pockets here where we're down to one lane, it looks like, at least in this image on Highway 10. So something that you may encounter once again this morning. Here's that low, still centered over Minneapolis. It hasn't moved anywhere since yesterday, and so that means we're still being impacted by it with that scattered snow continuing to move through. We've got that wind coming in out of the northwest, cooling wind, drier air moving with that as well. So snow a lot more fluffy here for today, which is good for shoveling, not so great for the wind keeping it lofted and keeping our visibility down. And you can see there's more of that snow in eastern North Dakota, though in Minnesota too we have a couple of heavier bands, one just having passed through the Crookston area and western parts of Polk County, stretching down toward Ada, Thief River Falls, Red Lake Falls up to New Folden, and then back over to the east as well, seeing some of this scattered snow. Fargo-Moorhead, just a few flakes here and there, and same thing in Grand Forks, and a little bit of a break here, a little bit heavier snow out to the west. So this is one of those days where you might have some periods where it's quiet, it's more on the dry side, still breezy, still windy and stuff, but we're not getting that additional snowfall coming down for a time, and then the next round moves in with the scattered nature of the snow. Here's a look at our wind. It's lighter to the east, not so bad in those tree-lined areas of Minnesota, but out to the west, we've got all that open land, and of course the wind on the stronger side, gusts into the upper 30s to near 40 miles per hour still in places that were still under that blizzard warning, and that's right where our visibility is lowest. Again, Carrington, Oaks, Gwinner, all at less than a mile visibility. Little improvement in Fargo at 3 miles, 4 in Grand Forks, but just about everywhere in the valley is reporting some reduction in visibility. Again, it is a little more intense into eastern parts of North Dakota, thanks to that wind and the snow. Here's a look at our temperatures. Much cooler over to the west. We're into the teens. It's 17 in Devil's Lake. Over to the east, still at 30 in Wadena. So you can see that colder air moving in sooner over into our western communities today. And we'll just keep driving in that colder air with the wind staying on the strong side. So by noon here, where I'm pausing the clock and our hour-by-hour planner, you can see these wind arrows still driving in that colder air, still stirring up that snow, and also any snow that's falling, blowing that around too. And it's still going to be one of those days where we have those scattered snow showers. So travel's still going to be tough. Heading into the afternoon, temperatures dropping slightly into some teens by 6 o'clock tonight. Around kickoff for the Bison game, well, we're looking at some temperatures that are going to be pretty chilly heading into the Fargo Dome, with that wind sticking around even until the late night hours for tonight. We'll be down into the teens, feeling a lot colder than that when we factor in the wind chill. And then carrying on into tomorrow morning, we see temperatures getting down into the single digits to start the day, but the wind will be easing up and the snow amounts will be coming down for us too. So kind of really seeing an improvement heading into the day Saturday. A look at additional snowfall through the rest of this period, through today and even into part of Saturday. We're looking at a large area here in this kind of lighter blue color in that 1 to 3 inch range. Lesser amounts in the lightest color in some pockets, especially out to the west. And there could be a few areas that see a little more than 3 inches of snow on top of what we've already picked up. And in some cases, we're talking about feet of snow for some of us that we've had reported to us. So again, not quite done with our snow amounts, but really starting to taper things off today. This weekend we get a nice break, but we're cooling down And then next week is the Arctic air when we get into the deep freeze. So be ready for that after this event. We've got a tough end to December here last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm trying to mentally prepare.
I know.
I'm holding a good face, but on the inside, I'm scared.
Shivering.
Yeah, it will likely be our coldest air of the season so far.
Wow.
So, you know, the other cold outbreaks we've had,
Yeah.
it's kind of helping to lead us up to this one, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, we're prepared.